Hello everyone and welcome to Eagles in the Hour. Well, it's almost time for us to take on the Giants. Both teams are coming off a win. The Eagles are 2-2 and it makes for an exciting contest as I welcome Stephen Bandy. A very good win by the boys last week against the Lions.
It was, Benny. One of the longest trips in football, they say, heading to the Sunshine Coast. I think any time you get on a plane and bring the 4 points home, you got to be thrilled. Pretty scrappy game, I guess it must be said, between the two teams. We've been hit pretty hard with some injuries lately, but I think the Eagles just stood up at the more critical times. And also, you've blooded your fourth debutant for the season, the big workhorse, Fraser McInnes. So I think things are looking really good on the horizon for this young Eagles side.
As we said, mate, the Giants this week, they've stepped things up in 2015. What did you make of their win last week?
They had indeed. Punters having a crack at the ladder. How do you reckon they're going, mate? They're sitting second on the ladder at 3-1. Can you believe it?
No, mate, wouldn't have thought.
Unbelievable scenes. Their talented youth really coming to the fray at the moment. But you've got to keep in mind, they've ended up beating Melbourne, St Kilda and the Gold Coast Suns last week. Teams that won't probably feature in September, but it's their midfield. It's just so potent. You get Shield, Ward, Treloar, Caniglio, Whitfield, Scully. Going to take a breath. I think if you keep that core together for a considerable amount of time, you're going to do some damage.
They've added a powerhouse named Ryan Griffin to that mix as well, if you don't mind.
They have indeed.
You mentioned Dylan Shield right off the top. He's elevated things to a new level this season. How about these numbers, Thumper? If you just have a quick look at 2014 to 2015, disposals are up, contested possessions are up, clearances are up, his goals are up. He's kicking goals too, so he's damaging, but he's got a lot of mates. They bat so deep. The forwards are doing it as well, mate. Cameron and McCarthy are turning it on. It's all happening for him.
Very handy McCarthy's coming into some form at the moment, obviously losing Tom Boyd last year to the Bulldogs. But Shield, I reckon he probably could be second in the Brownlow at the moment. I know it's a big call. Right behind Nat Fyfe, but his start has been amazing. Eagles might send a player to him. It'll be interesting to see if they have someone follow him throughout the game.
No Rosa this week, must be said, but perhaps McGinnity could go to him. Leon Cameron was talking during the week, mate. They have taken all before them this year, 3-1, as you say. But he said this week, this is the biggest challenge they've faced.
I mean, there's challenges everywhere for a young side, and this is just probably the biggest challenge because, you know, we play on a ground that probably hasn't served us well over the past 3 or 4 years. So we're under no illusions that it's going to be a really, really tough task. But you actually find out about your group when you travel interstate.
Well, that was Leon Cameron. Thumper, let's have a look at our side of the fence. Who are some of the players you think can win us the game today?
It's hard to go past the big show. Josh Kennedy averages 6 goals a game against the Giants. Probably helps when you dob 11 straight on your home turf last time you played him. I think he's going to be a big afternoon for Phil Davis if he can try and get a hold of him. Great to see Elliot Yeo get a run in the midfield last week. Now, I'm sure with his bigger body and speed, it's something Adam Simpson would want to do every week. Unfortunately, with the injuries down back, he's had to play predominantly key defence. I guess the Giants don't have a bolsterous power forward lineup, so maybe they'll be able to send him to the midfield again. Great news that Luke Shuey's taking his part in today's game. Obviously subbed out before three-quarter time with his ankle injury. He's averaging less disposals than last year, but he's winning more contested footy and hitting the scoreboard more in 2015. It's been a good start from Boots, and let's hope he can keep it there.
Exactly right. Well, we need to get Adam Simpson's thoughts on the game. You mentioned him a moment ago. Let's go down to the rooms with Kate Orme standing by with the Eagles coach.
Thanks, boys. So, Simo, you've just spoken to the boys. What's the final message to the team?
Well, we want to get on the front foot early. So we want to put some pressure on the game and see if we can get off to a good start. And then it's about maintaining that.
And Duggan's been the sub for the last 3 weeks. Will he get a full game today?
Yeah, we'll start him on the ground and give him an opportunity. He's earned his spot. He had 11 plus possessions in the last quarter last week. So we've been pretty cautious with his development, but we think he's ready for a full game.
And you made 3 changes coming into this week. What are you looking for from the 3 ins?
Well, Cal Sinclair's come in for Scotty Lycett and he's going to provide us with a little bit of flexibility. He'll be our second ruck, but also a presence up forward. So hoping he can contribute in a number of areas. Jamie Bennell will come and play as a half-back and probably take over Jackson Nelson's role. And McGinnity will play as a sub, so he'll come in and fill the holes when we need them.
Great. Thanks, Simo, and good luck today.
Well, thank you to Kate and to Adam Simpson for his time there, giving us the last-minute info. Let's have a quick look at the teams now, Stephen. Sinclair, Bennell and McGinnity come in for the Eagles. Lycett, Rosa with that hammy and Nelson rested. What do you think about that?
Yeah, interesting call. Scotty Lycett will be disappointed. Good that Callum Sinclair's getting his go. Playing some backline, so the versatility is there for him.
And the Giants, mate?
Just the one change for the Giants. In comes Will Hoskin-Elliott. He booted 4 last week in the kneeful, if you don't mind. That comes at the expense of West Aussie Reece Palmer. Nasty shoulder injury. Going to miss about 6 weeks. But it should be a ripping and fast-flowing contest, I think. Much closer than previous years, Benny.
Certainly can't wait. Cracking effort from yourself. Cracking game coming up. That is it from us. We hope you'd enjoyed the show. A big thank you to the staff and students at ECU Broadcasting for making this all possible. The footy isn't too far away, so sit back and enjoy, and go the Eagles.